we've been riding a wave, the digital transformation wave in mining. So there is a lot of interest and a lot of investment in taking technology and applying it to the sector, because the mining sector itself is a little bit behind the rest of the planet in terms of technology. And so we've been able to leverage that to grow rapidly. The story began, I retired, as you said, and I couldn't keep my hands out of the kitchen. And I was doing some consulting for various mining firms in North Bay, and they tabled this idea of drones underground to collect data that's high risk. And originally it was brought to me as a business proposal that they wanted me to provide advice on, and I said, great idea, lots of legs, you should do it. And then the group that wanted to found it decided that they didn't want to become entrepreneurs, and they said, we're not going to do it, but if you want to do something with it, knock your socks off. And so I did. Found a bunch of engineers and said, hey, you guys want to do something cool? With the intention of putting a couple of years in to get, I think in the backdrop, what's important from my perspective is that in our community, especially in Northern Ontario in general, but especially in North Bay, we need to develop a much more balanced demographic and economic profile. The jobs we're creating are high-tech jobs. They're AI developers and three-dimensional modeling, software engineers, mechanical engineers, high-tech development. And that kind of profile is what I wanted to commit to bringing to the economy of Northern Ontario. Because my kids live there, my grandkids are going to live there, and I'm glad to have them there. So we need to create a more robust environment. So this business created an opportunity to create jobs in the tech sector, in an area that Northern Ontario we have proficiency in mining. There are about 76 mining supply companies just in North Bay. So there's an ecosystem there that we wanted to leverage. So I corralled a bunch of guys who said they'd be up for the challenge. And that was in 2015 in a garage. 2017 we incorporated, and now we are 14 people strong. We're in the process of hiring about 7 more people. To expand into a more global market and to penetrate some other industries. That's really happened very rapidly. Part of the reason that that's happened as well is that we've been able to recognize how to build Swiss Army knives instead of utilities that are very singular in their application. And that's really allowed us to broaden our reach and range, which I think has fueled both investment and growth.
Mm-hmm. So Safesight, as you said in the beginning, it's a drone company that talked about how do you flying a drone underground, which is, I guess, complicated from the get-go to do that.
Yeah.
And it's really evolved into this incredible safety opportunity. And safety has evolved over the years. I remember Roy Slack saying to me when he was young in the 80s, they'd actually had a mathematical equation on how many people would die losing their lives and how many meters that they went underground. Well, today it's zero tolerance for death, and so making sure if an accident, God forbid, ever did happen, that Safesight is one of those high tech firms that are going to provide an opportunity to make sure that people are going to arrive home safe, get them out of the mine in the worst case scenario. Absolutely. So maybe expand a little bit about that.
Sure, yeah. So we've essentially developed a portfolio of tools that really are about either removing people from harm's way. So if there is an incident, they're not there to be injured. Or in the event that they are, both protecting the worker for recovery or rescue and the responder who has to do the rescuing. In today's world right now, when there's an incident underground, the mine rescue team essentially has to take on major risk to go see if they can even rescue or recover because there's no data. So it's like something happened down there and people are leaving the site. The responders I talked to told me you can't rely on the word of mouth that comes out of the mine. If you say, hey, what happened down there, 50% of it's going to be wrong because people are emotionally stressed out. So really, the only way they know how to respond to the incident is by going down there to see for themselves, is there a fire? Is there toxic gas? Is someone trapped? With our technology, they don't have to go underground. They can send the robots, the droids, the drones underground to collect that data, which now means when the responders go underground, they have 10 times the information they had in the old methodology because the drones are collecting all that data. And the droids are collecting that so that on surface they already know who's where, if there's a fire or not a fire, etc. So that's in the event of an incident. And in the event of daily operations, our drones and our ground-based vehicles, they go into the danger zones to collect data, so the workers are never there. And that definitely dramatically changes the safety profile. We work with Vic in the Innovation Ministry and Minister Puri in Mining to create a modification last year to the Health and Safety Guide that would allow robots to do safety inspection. Up to then, the health and safety policy did not say a robot could do it. You had to use a supervisor.
So you're actually even in the game of changing policy.
Oh, yeah.
That's massive.
Right. Well, yeah, and it's like getting your fingernails ripped out. But yeah, it's massive. I mean, it's 3 lines, 3 words we wanted changed: or drone technology.